Chicos, bienvenidos a The Alters Día 3. Otro ratito más. Vamos a darle un par de horitas y vamos para allá. Cabina del capitán, pasatiempo esta mañana. Hola, Marcy.
Yeah, I noticed we're missing a few rad filters. So, had enough time to come to terms with the situation? I'm fine, thanks. There's not much that can bring me down. But I still feel much weaker than usual. Funny, earlier today I tried to lift a container, and I couldn't. Maybe it's the side effects of cryosleep. Don't worry, you'll get back in shape in a jiffy. I don't know. I need to put on at least 15 pounds by the looks of it. Plus, no offense, lose the excess fat too. I'm not sure we have the time for that here. Operating the refinery requires stamina, you know?
Perdón, chicos, vamos para allá, a ver.
Being strong seems to matter a lot to you. A little extra confidence never hurt anyone. Not that it was ever my priority. I just like the physical activity. It helped clear my head of problems.
Mira, uno que camina y el otro que le gusta hacer ejercicio por ahí, ¿eh?
Your problems are gone here. It's a chance to wipe the slate clean. Maybe, but I still can't get my head around one thing. What's that? Like, if everything that happened to me isn't true, then does that apply to the people I knew too? I mean, do they exist, but in some different version as well? I have no idea. This quantum mess-up is really confusing for me as well. Yeah, but theoretically, it's not impossible for someone who, for example, would be dead in my mind to actually still be alive? Theoretically? Totally. Theoretically, everything's possible. That's overwhelming. Shit. I think I need to get my mind on something else. Good idea. Focus on the work. We still have a lot to do before we get out of here. Right. Work. Sure. See you around then.
Está más o menos, ¿no? ¿Me va a dar un pico o qué? Aflójate. ¿Cuánto de comida tenemos, Juanchi? Vamos a ver. Juanchi.
Look at this beauty. Jan gave me my old lucky multi-tool. Now that's what I call a practical gift.
Va. Sigue enseñándose una bajita. Sala recreativa, invernadero. Rápido, puede ser que sea más rápido las plantas, los ingredientes que se cochan por un par de días. Refinería. En metales y materia orgánica. No, lo que quiero son minerales, cojones. $30 aumenta 120 de rapidez. Vale, parece que va a costar conseguir el... este. Aquí está aquel trabajando. Tengo que llegar aquí. Por aquí, todo para arriba. Rápido, rápido. Hostia, ¿cómo se fue eso, no? Vale, mina. Y ahora vamos para abajo. Cago en tu madre. Ah, que puedo transportarme desde aquí. ¿No puedo trabajar? Ah, claro, no puedo trabajar. No está conectada, güey. Si no está conectada, no puedo. Mejora el estado de ánimo del equipo técnico. Coño, estoy intentando. Sí, es verdad que aquí me sube. Ya me estaba dando, no lo vi. Ni miré. ¿Qué dice, colega? Que no puedo ni hablar con él, tío. Que es una mierda, ¿no? Ya está aquel, ¿no? Hombre. Me había olvidado de este, Juan. Pero por completo, además. ¡Para, gafitas! 05. Por el culo te la hinco.
Hey, how are you feeling? Well, I'll be damned. You
Este está de
okay?
chill.
Surprisingly okay. Especially considering what I'm seeing. Very clearly. Good. Do you, remember your name? Of course. But... I think you know perfectly well who I am. So let's not waste time. Just tell me, how much did you find? What? How much rupidium is there? Did we get a breakthrough? Yeah, you bet. There's a lot of it. Good. That's good. Wait, how do you know? Well, isn't it obvious? I wake up seeing someone who looks and sounds like me, which has to mean we share the same DNA. Then there's the glasses. What about them? They're fake. Probably just manufactured to make me feel more like myself, but completely unnecessary otherwise, because here I am with perfectly good eyesight in the womb module, which could only lead to one conclusion: that my body was created to replicate someone who doesn't wear glasses. You. And to do that, of course, you would need to have found rupidium. Besides, I can see no other explanation for a sheep inside a space base. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wow, you're right. It's impressive. I did create you out of my DNA. We're not identical, of course. I can see you're not as quick to process information. And that's the interesting part. Yeah. Our bodies are the same, but our minds are not. I needed a scientist on board. But there's always a scientist on board. So, what went wrong? The old crew is gone.
Se fueron a la
They're all
verga.
dead. That's why I needed to alter myself into different versions. With the use of the quantum computer on board and something called mind records. Oh, I see. A recalculated mind based on an infinite amount of variables to contain the desired consciousness in a biological vessel. That actually sounds plausible. So, what do you need from me now? You have to get our research lab running at once. We need to make some improvements fast if we want to succeed. Then I guess the sooner I start, the better. You're right. Why don't you start with going through the mission logs? I need to get the full picture first. My thoughts exactly. Good. This might work.
Hola. Producción. Invernadero. Mira. Mira. Está bien eso. Investigación a Juanchi. Taller.
Hey, lend me your ear. There's something I want to share.
Jan Ingeniero. ¿Dónde está Jan Ingeniero? Una mina de metal. ¿Qué pasa, Juan? Si no me dejas hablar, Juan. No me dejas hacer nada, pues nada, chuparla. Después hablamos. No me elijas ahora. Por aquí no, uno más arriba, ¿no? Otro día más. Ay. ¿Dónde está Juanchi? Técnico aquí. En la cocina.
I'm telling you, man, there's something wrong with the AC. Are you feeling better? Yeah, no more moping. I'm ready to get back to work. Happy to hear that. Now, let's make sure we survive, okay? Damn right.
Vale. ¿Esto qué pasó, mi niña?
Hey there. You wanted to talk about something? Yeah. I've been thinking about the branching thing. It's so confusing. Tell me about it. I mean, remember how I told you about my body? The one I know versus this one? Well, I don't get it. Why is it exactly that we're created with different minds, like, you know, different beverages or snacks, but then we all end up in the same packaging? It doesn't make much sense. Well, it's not the packaging that matters most. It's the content. That's what they say. But you don't brew ale and pour it into plastic bottles. My skills, my whole personality derives from a certain lifestyle. And that makes my mind and body inseparable. That's how it feels to me. Huh. I never looked at it that way. I know, and honestly, I find it a little hard to understand. I mean, how can you be so careless about your body? It's the only one you'll ever have, man. Why'd you let it become so neglected? I guess I just had more important things to do. Studying, settling
Bueno, no le
down, buying a
importa,
house.
sí. No le digas eso porque
Funny.
se calienta.
Now that I look at it, you probably didn't have my motivation. Which was? Well, for me, it all started when I moved abroad. You know, after Mom died, I decided to stay there, and for a while it was pretty lonely out there. Didn't you have friends? Not at first, no. You can laugh, but I was a little apprehensive to jump into a new environment. It was just work and sleep, and some bad eating habits. So that's when you started working out. Out of boredom at first. Then, kind of became a fun thing. I made friends, started going out a lot, but by that time, the gym had become an important part of my routine. I drank less, slept better, and it just made me feel in control of my life, you know? I get you. Now that you've told me the whole story. Thanks. You know, maybe if I could get back to my routine here, at least in some way, it could really help me shake off all this anxiety. I'd probably sleep better, feel more.
¿Qué
like
necesita un
me.
gimnasio, Juan?
Do you think there's a chance you could help me get my hands on some exercise equipment here? Huh. I could try. Really? Thanks, bro. I knew I could confide in you.
No worry, bro. Got it.
I never thought I'd need to say it. Wow. Having a bed is awesome. Right? I was one night of sleeping on the floor away from blowing this whole thing up. What a...
Bueno, mañana en un momento. A dormir. Hay que hablar con el colega, me supongo, también. Límite de ramificación alcanzado. Necesito subir el cubi. Cubi.
Come see me. I'd like to draw your attention to something.
Ah, easy.
I'm done here. Should I do this now?
¿Dónde está el bro? Cabrón, no me huya. ¿Qué pasa, Juan?
So, did you find a solution to our problem? Yes. It's super simple. We'll build a bridge. Oh, just like that?
Qué inteligente.
Well, it
Marci.
can't be a regular bridge, of course. We don't have the time nor the manpower to accomplish that. However, there is a certain technology that came to my mind, superconductive bridge anchors. They could allow us to quickly span a light but durable construction across our obstacle.
Muchacho. ¿Eh? Ya, ya te veo ya. Vale.
Wow, great. Sounds exciting. Yes, but... Oh, here we go. Cut out the sarcasm. It's not my fault this excursion was prepared by a dilettante. Blueprints for the anchors should be standard equipage for every mission since Project Versant went live. But not on this one. They should fire the logistician, if there ever was one.
¿Dónde va?
Ay, mi camita, qué bonita es. ¿Cómo la quiero?
Stop moaning, will you? Just tell me what to do. You're right. Let's act. You are in touch with mining operations, right? Yeah, I am. Why? Next time you talk to someone from mining ops, tell them to send over the anchor blueprints from Versant. Once we have them, things will go back to super simple. You'll see.
Vale.
All right, will do. So, how are you? Settling in all right? Settling in is overrated. I analyze reality from wherever I am, however uncomfortable the angle. There's always an observation to be made. I'd love to hear what you managed to observe. This place is not run optimally. Yeah, I know. I wasn't trained to command a mission. But now that you're here, with your experience, I'd love to pick your brain. Do you think you could mentor me? Good thinking. First of all, you need to set long-term goals and draw up a roadmap for each of them. Remember to include all unpredictable variables in the equation. That way you can have contingency plans at the ready for each instance. All right, slow down. Prioritize resources. Do not waste time on idle conversations with the crew. Hide the booze. Don't be cheap on coffee. That's slow enough for you? Hey, you've just crossed out every team-building exercise on my list. The people are there for the mission, not the other way round. Truth is, I really wish we could make use of the tech I worked on for all these imaginary years. It would make things so much easier if it existed. Turning it over in your head won't get you anywhere. You should focus on the work you need to do here and now. I never thought I'd say it, but yes, you're right. Let's get Rapidian back to Earth, and maybe later, we'll see.
Exacto. Coño, que se está rompiendo todo, ¿o qué? El científico está discutiendo con técnico. Se viene.
Man, I'm telling you, we need it. And I'm telling you, this is the least important of our priorities. You have got to be kidding me.
A ver, no se me caliente. Porque están todos aquí, no hay nadie trabajando fuera.
I can see that you're angry. Just leave me alone. Come
¿Otra
on,
vez?
let me help. What do you usually do when you feel like this?
Qué pesado, tío.
I don't know. Go to a bar, I guess. Nothing better than a bottle of cheap, lukewarm beer, am I right? If you work hard, you gotta party hard, right? You know it.
Vale. La mierda. A ver, tú vas a hacer eso. Y tú te vas a dedicar al mantenimiento.
Would you mind checking our food supply?
Queda poca comida. ¿Ya? Madre mía.
Nothing like a generous serving. I have something for you. The exercise equipment you asked for. Awesome, man! I knew I could rely on you. Can't wait to try these babies out.
Ala.
Hey, friend.
Una tarea opcional. Pues nada, chicos, vamos a dejarlo por aquí. Cortito pero conciso. Nos vemos mañana, ¿vale? Cuídense y un saludito. Chao, chao, chao.